Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to Stephen for the virtual gift voucher. Huge thank you, my friend, for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But on to today. Today we are discussing the Alpha Legion, the sons of Alpharius, and their reaction to meeting the Primaris Marines for the first time. Spoiler warning to begin, the events we are discussing today are from the novel Shroud of Night by Andy Clark. As always, I really recommend you read the novel for yourself first, as that's the best way to enjoy the lore for yourself. Not only that, we help to support the great Games Workshop and Black Library, because without them, we don't have this amazing lore to talk about. I will put a link in the description as always. And I've got to say, this book is absolutely great. I really wanted to dive straight into the Warhammer crime novel to let you know my thoughts, so I had to finish this one first. And I enjoyed it so much I burned through it all within a weekend. It's absolutely awesome, it really is. I honestly couldn't put it down. I'm definitely going to get back to doing reviews on all the books I read. But with all that said, let's just jump straight in. Okay, so the story of this novel follows an Alpha Legion warband as they undertake a perilous mission for an Emperor's Children warlord. They must infiltrate the Imperial world of Cedreca and destroy something known as the Beacon. There is, however, a rather big catch. The world and hive in question is already under siege by a vast armada of World Eaters. So not only must they infiltrate past the Imperial defenders, which just happen to be the sons of Rogal Dawn, the Imperial Fists, and a large garrison of Sisters of Battle, but they have to do so without being noticed by the maniac rage-fueled berserkers of Khorne. Not an easy task at the best of times. And like I said earlier, this story is fantastic, as the group progress on their mission, moving from one tough situation to the next, never having a chance to breathe, the pressure of always being against the clock, as the World Eaters pour out of the skies towards the hive, really amps up the tension. But then, as the Alpha Legion finally find a way to infiltrate the hive through the tunnels beneath the ocean, they catch glimpse of bright yellow armour ahead. Scarif spotted the enemy first, motioning for a halt and easing himself down into a crouch. Cassar moved up alongside him, staring at the distant figures moving behind a barricade stretched across the tunnel ahead. The maglev rail ran through the barricade's centre, breaking its line. Space Marines, he said. Imperial Fists from the yellow. But I've never seen anything like that mark of armour. Do they look bigger to anyone else? Asked Alpharius. It could be me, but their guns are different too, said Makor. Some sort of elongated bolt gun. I've never known the Imperium to innovate, but this is something new, surely. Primaris Space Marines, said Cassar. That was what they called them. I don't know precisely what they are, brothers. But we must have made the Imperium desperate indeed, if they're resorting to tinkering with the Emperor's own work. Now these are the kind of moments that really add such great depth to the 40k universe. It's not just assumed or taken for granted that all the traitor forces or enemies of the Imperium must know of the Primaris. They don't know anything until now, laying eyes on them for the first time. Sure, they may have heard the word Primaris before, but they don't know what that means. A strange new mark of armour, appearing bigger than normal. And I love that line about being desperate if they're tinkering with the Emperor's own work, because it's absolutely true. The Imperium is desperate, and only time will tell if it was the right thing to do or not. But as the group discuss on how to proceed, it turns out, in true Alpha Legion nature, one of the group had more information than he had revealed. I found a little information on these Primaris Marines, said Caiaphas, during the drop insertion. And you hoarded it, said Akasaur. Again. His brothers looked angrily at Caiaphas. I am telling you now, said Caiaphas. They are something new. The work of the Adeptus Mechanicus, if that is to be believed. Allegedly stronger, faster and tougher than normal Space Marines. These are intercessors, and they carry something called a bolt rifle. Superior range and stopping power over the standard bolter. Impressive. But few in number here, said Desac, and a perversion of the Emperor's work. He may be a rotting corpse, but he created perfection in the Legiones Astartes. I cannot imagine for a moment that some arrogant Magos biologist would have done anything but flaw that work beyond redemption. Agreed, said Falkir. If we try to draw them out, we give them the chance of voxing a warning of our approach. We should hit them now, fast and hard. We'll overcome them in moments. That seems viable, said Caiaphas. And if these assumptions prove mistaken, asked Cassar, if they are stronger, more resilient, we cannot afford more losses. Nor can we afford the delay, said Falkir. You said so yourself. After deciding that surprise would be the best course of action, Cassar orders the group to sneak as close as they can without risking detection, before giving the signal to attack. And as he launched from cover firing his bolter, Cassar finds bolt rounds firing back at him much quicker than anticipated. These Primaris certainly weren't confused or intimidated. As more of the Alpha Legion move to cut off any retreat, Cassar's group finds their shots are on the worst end of the exchange, the Primaris' strange new armour deflecting most of their shots, as Crowl falls next to Cassar with a crater in his chest. A sniper shot from Felg finally felling one of the intercessors with a shot straight to the head, only, unbelievably, for the Imperial Fist to stand back up and continue firing. With no option left, the Alpha Legion closed the gap, Cassar leading the charge, as another of the Primaris takes a heavy bolter round to the chest, which incredulously only takes him down to one knee. It's certainly a hell of a first impression for the Alpha Legion, these new Primaris shrugging off wounds that should easily have taken them out of the fight. In this trial by fire, the sons of Alpharius need to learn fast. And as Cassar leaps the barricade into the enemy, he comes face to face with his first Primaris Marine, who attacks him with the butt of his bolt rifle, unbelievably denting his shoulder guard through sheer brute force. But it's enough of an opening for Cassar to strike, slamming his sword into the intercessor's midriff. But still the Imperial Fist fights, clubbing at Cassar with his bolt rifle, forcing him to abandon his bolter and drive his sword two-handed further into his enemy's torso, finally taking the Primaris down and out of the fight. Looking around, he can't help but be taken aback at the efforts needed to take down the remaining Imperial Fists. The rest of his warband having to go much further than ever before to take these giants out of the fight, in most cases having to double up and use their weight of numbers to their advantage, until finally the last of the Primaris fall to the Alpha Legion. That, he said, was harder than it should have been. And so the Alpha Legion learn of the Primaris. It's really great to see it from the traitor perspective for a change, and see just what they think upon seeing these new creations. And then how quickly their opinions changed, from expecting a quick fight to literally fighting for their lives, despite having the advantage of numbers and surprise. Either way, I'm definitely getting me some Alpha Legion. Hello everyone, my name is Rho, and I'm a 40k-aholic. And unashamedly so. Just don't tell my wallet. But as always guys, what did you think of it? Are you fans of the Alpha Legion? Surprised by their reaction to the Primaris? And what about the damage the Primaris could take and just keep going? Just keep getting up. I mean, one took a sniper round to the helm and he got back up. The other a heavy bolter to the chest. Man, they're tough. As always, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love to read them. A huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support really means a lot to me. It truly does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.